Hello, my name is David Siffert. I'm the Director of Research and Projects at the Center on Civil Justice, and I'm going to give you a brief walkthrough of this dispute financing library. First, let's start on the login page. If you've never been on the site before, you can click here, create an account, get a username, set a password, and log in for free. I'm going to just go and log in with my information here. This is the main page of the website. From this page you can do a lot of things. You can see the newest documents on the site, you can get up to date on industry news, and you can get a tutorial on how to use the site, which includes this video that you're looking at. You can also get in touch with us at the Contact Us button, volunteer, and do all sorts of other things. I'm going to start by doing the simplest thing the site does, which is search the documents in the database. So let's search all the documents in this database that contain the word litigation. Click here under Simple Search, type in litigation, click Search, search runs, and you'll see there are 1,236 documents that contain the word litigation. These documents include statutes, case law, law review articles, and more. From the screen you can do a number of things. Underneath each article is 4 buttons. There's an Edit button for administrators, a button to show you a larger preview of the document, a button to share the resource by getting a link or by sending it via email, a button to add it to a collection, which we'll get into in a bit. You also have an Actions drop-down, which lets you, for example, create an RSS feed to monitor the search, or to add all the items in the search to a collection. Now let's say you want to do a more targeted search. Let's click on the Advanced Search button here. On this menu you can do all sorts of things to find the document you want. I'm going to do one specific example. I'm going to search for the enacted statute from the state of Ohio. So for the type of document, I'm going to click Enacted Statute. Under U.S. jurisdiction, I'm going to type in Ohio. And then I'm going to go to the bottom and click View One Matching Result. Here, you see the Ohio statute that we have in the system. Underneath the statute, you'll see the same 4 buttons as you did in the previous search screen. Let's look at this statute. Let's click on it. Here you see a preview of the document. You can download the original PDF, and you can view a full screen preview by clicking the document viewer. Let's do that now. Here, you can peruse the statute on the website. Another thing you can do is you can annotate it to add notes for yourself and others about the statute or whatever document you're looking at. Let's click Add Annotation. We can move the annotation to whichever part of the statute we want to annotate. Select the area you want to annotate, and type in your annotation. I'm just going to type in test. And here you can see there's an annotation that says test left in the statute. Now if we go back to the top and click back to Resource View, you'll see that the annotation is still there. Also on this page are a number of the options you saw before, adding the document to a collection, sharing it, editing it, or more. Let's talk about collections now. If you see at the bottom there's a My Collections bar. The collection is currently set to My Collection, but you can create more collections depending on what you're working on. For example, if you click on My Collection and click Create New Collection, you'll be able to enter any name of a collection you want. Let's say you're working on a case called Jones v. Smith. You can type that in, hit enter, and you have a new collection called Jones v. Smith. If you're working on a transaction, let's say in New Mexico, and you want to collect documents that relate to that transaction, you can create a new collection. You can call it New Mexico Transaction, hit enter, and we have a collection called that. Let's say you want to add the statute to your Jones v. Smith collection. You just click here, you go to Jones v. Smith, you set it as your current collection. Then, if you click the Add to Collection button, you'll see that down below, the current collection Jones v. Smith has an item. If you go up to the top and click the My Collections button, and then you go to Jones v. Smith, you can access all the items that you've saved to that collection. This can save you a lot of time if you're repeatedly using the same set of documents for a case or for a transaction. This site is still in development and will eventually have other features, such as chat rooms or message boards and other ways to communicate with users. We're also expanding the audio-visual component of the library. Right now it mostly has documents, but it's also open to sound files and to videos. For example, Supreme Court oral arguments or legislative history recordings. We actually have some of those in the system, so let's look for them. We'll go back to Advanced Search. We'll search for unclick resources of all types and click just video. Go down to the bottom. You'll see that we have 31 videos on this site, most of which are legislative history. Let's click on the first one. Here, we can play the video directly from the site. All we have to do is click the play button, and the video starts to play. You also have the ability to add this video to a collection, to share it, or to download the full video. Now let's try something else. Let's go back to the search results, and I'm going to show you how you can upload documents to this system. First of all, the uploading process is open to anyone, and any documents you upload will need approval by an administrator. But we very much need your help in uploading documents to keep this system up to date. We've tried to put as much as possible on to start the system up so that this website will be useful to you out of the box. But on an ongoing basis, we're going to need to rely on our users to make sure that we have up-to-date information. To upload a document, you go to the top and you click Upload. Here, the first step is to put in the tags to help a user find the document that you're going to upload. I'm going to upload a document, and it's going to be a 2019 West Virginia statute. So let's title it that. I have to agree that I have the IP rights, and it's a proposed statute. The country is United States, and the jurisdiction is West Virginia. Statute's from 2019. It's legislation. And then we can move on and click Next. Here there's an opportunity to upload resources. So let's go to the folder where the file is, click on it and drag it in, go down and click Start Upload. And you see that the document is uploaded when it disappears. Now, if we go up to the top and click Recently Added, we'll see that there's a new entry for this 2019 West Virginia statute. You can click on it, and you again have the options to view it or to download it. Back on the Recently Added page, we see all the documents that are recently added to the system. Here's a good way to keep track of when there are new documents added to the library. Again, you can use the Actions drop-down to create an RSS feed of the newly added documents to keep yourself alerted to what's added to the system. So there's a lot of functionality that's currently in the website, and there's still more being built. One way to keep abreast is go to the home page and click under DFL News on the bottom right. Here, you'll be able to keep up to date with news from the site. This is a brief welcome message that's opening up the website now, but as we add new features, we'll add new news on this page. Thank you so much for listening. We really hope that with your help, we can build this library into a tool that will be useful for folks in the industry and folks trying to learn about the industry. Again, we would love your help in uploading documents to keep the website up to date, and we generally want to hear your feedback in terms of whether the site is useful and usable for you. Please keep in touch, and we hope you enjoy.